Morality. Principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. A particular system of values and principles of conduct. Darwin's theory on the origins of morality emphasizes the necessity of social cooperation for survival. On an evolutionary level, morality appears to be an extreme form of cooperation that requires individuals to suppress their own interest or to assimilate it with that of others. Cooperation helps social groups survive, and social animals whose lives are held together by relationships rely on pro-social behavior. Indeed, the lives of animals are shaped at a most basic level by good, or what biologists call prosocial, interactions and relationships. The following videos will demonstrate morality and moral codes within animal groups that depend upon cooperation, collective welfare, and working for the common good. They will highlight recent studies that demonstrate that animals have a sense of fairness and an aversion to inequity. That they act morally, motivated by empathy and compassion. That they learn the moral codes of social groups or societies, use reward and punishment to enforce societal rules, and that they choose their actions, make moral decisions, and have moral agency. Mammals living in tight social groups appear to live according to codes of conduct, including both prohibitions against certain kinds of behavior and expectations for other kinds of behavior. They live by a set of rules that fosters a relatively harmonious and peaceful coexistence. They're naturally cooperative and will offer aid to their fellows, sometimes in return for like aid, sometimes with no expectation of immediate reward. Social animals live in groups and communicate with each other in order to cooperate and manage the group in such a way that is beneficial to each individual member. While the natural world is often depicted as a ruthless battle for survival, red in tooth and claw, as the poet Lord Tennyson put it, nature is full of examples of animals cooperating with one another. Cooperation, a widespread phenomenon that has fascinated biologists for centuries, refers to mutually beneficial interactions that occur among individuals of the same species or between different species. Cattle egrets pick harmful insects from water buffaloes and help alert them to danger. Ostriches and zebras team up in packs for added protection from predators. Cooperative behavior can take on many forms. Coordinating territorial defense, providing food and shelter for young, sometimes even after they have grown up. Foraging, home building, keeping watch and alerting others to danger. These behaviors may be directed to a mate or a third party, and may be seen individually or collectively. Collective actions occur when many individuals simultaneously contribute to a common good, such as cooperative hunting, predator mobbing, or defense of a shared territory. Animal societies in which collective action emerges from cooperation among individuals represent extreme social complexity. Although many species form short-term, unstable groups, e.g., herds of wildebeest, colonies of gulls, some form long-term, stable social groups, where interactions among members often appear to be altruistic. For example, when a ground squirrel sounds an alarm call to warn other group members of a nearby coyote, it draws the coyote's attention and increases its own odds of being eaten. Similarly, when a meerkat forgoes reproduction and instead feeds the young of another group member, it reduces the number of offspring it will produce during its lifetime. Animals are sometimes willing to help others when there is no direct gain involved, or even a direct loss. Like humans, animals care about the well-being of others. Moral foundation theory considers care to be the first fundamental social rule among societies. The second foundational aspect upon which moral systems function is fairness. Fairness is the moral concept that individuals within the group should be treated equally and without discrimination. Researchers have studied and documented fairness along two different dimensions: reciprocity and aversion to inequity. The occurrence of long-term reciprocity is found in social birds and mammals. Reciprocal exchanges among non-human primates have been well documented. Researchers found that vervet monkeys preferentially gave more attention in their calls to previous grooming partners, and that long-tailed macaques offered more support during conflicts to those that had recently groomed them. Capuchins and chimpanzees shared significantly more food with those that had shared food with them in the past or had previously groomed them. Macaques reciprocally trade grooming and infant handling. Rhesus monkeys exhibited significant reciprocity with regard to beneficial interventions. Bats commonly share meals. Successful foragers feed individuals that were less successful on that day. The food donated was better explained by the history of prior exchanges between them than by kinship. Goodwill can also be contagious in the animal kingdom. Dogs help social partners receive food more often after receiving help from a dog before. Reciprocity in birds can be seen in behaviors like mutual grooming, cooperative breeding, and mobbing of predators. Birds preferentially join mobs with neighbors that have aided them previously, suggesting that these birds utilize reciprocity-based strategies involving individual recognition and recollection of previous interactions with others. Birds in migrating flocks often take turns leading the formation to share the physical strain of the position. Ravens also reciprocate good deeds in the form of food, grooming, or protection. Rats apply direct reciprocity rules when exchanging two different social services, food provisioning and allo-grooming. If you give a rat a treat, it might reciprocate the favor. Cooperation among animals is more widespread than previously thought. Animals take turns keeping watch while others sleep. Some animals go to sleep, while others, of the same species or sometimes of different species, keep an eye out for danger. Giraffe herds, for instance, form a circle around sleeping animals while those on the periphery keep watch. When ducks sleep, others will keep watch. Goats will keep watch over sleeping guard dogs by day, who stay up at night guarding them. Survival requires cooperation, and cooperation requires reciprocity, fairness, and equity. Studies have demonstrated that animals from primates and elephants to dogs and birds have a sense of fairness or an aversion to inequity. Humans and other species seem to share basic reactions to inequity, which serve the need for sustained cooperation. Capuchin monkeys are known for their ability to recognize when they're being treated inequitably, but it now appears the primates can even spot unfairness in situations that don't involve themselves. And they judge the social interactions of others and hold biases against individuals behaving poorly. In one study, Capuchins watched two actors engage in reciprocity exchanges and chose to engage with the helpful individuals over the selfish ones. Capuchins and some other primate species are very cooperative, so knowing who in their community will be the most reciprocal or helpful is important. Animals may refuse to cooperate with someone who treats them unfairly. Monkeys refuse to participate if they witnessed a conspecific obtain a more attractive reward for equal effort, an effect amplified if the partner receives such a reward without any effort at all. The absence of reward induces inequity aversion in dogs. If two dogs are asked to do a trick and only one of them gets rewarded, the unrewarded dog soon stops cooperating. Rats tend to dislike situations where they receive a smaller reward compared to their partner, demonstrating disadvantageous inequity aversion. Ravens choose to cooperate with fair trainers over unfair trainers and hold grudges against trainers who have treated them unfairly. Monkeys, like humans, will take the time and effort to punish others who get more than their fair share. Our findings suggest that the psychological roots of human-like punishment motivations may extend deeper into our evolutionary history than previously thought. Apes and monkeys both engage in policing behavior in which individuals, typically the highest-ranking males, intervene in fights to maintain group stability. Both macaque and chimpanzee males, once they have established high status, will intervene in fights on the side of the loser. Dynamics that promote fairness and equality are central to the evolution of social behavior, and hierarchy and inequality are not inevitable. Because literature and film so often depict nature as inherently unfair, people assume that animals live in a dog-eat-dog world. But a new analysis of data for 66 species of mammals reveals enormous flexibility of their social systems and many routes toward inequality. Factors that work to promote fairness among mammals include food sharing and adoptions, revolutionary coalitions, conflict resolution, and an aversion to inequality. Lower-ranking individuals in numerous species also form coalitions to challenge dominant individuals, often making social dynamics operate more fairly, such as when female lions join forces to prevent infanticide by males. Coalitions can also overthrow the dominant individual altogether. After these and other conflicts, individuals make up with each other and might solve future conflicts more peacefully. Reconciliation is important in animal groups and has been seen in goats, chimpanzees, elephants, wolves, dolphins, birds, pigs, hyenas, and wallabies. Consoling the loser results in reduced anxiety for both the winner and loser. It has further been found that some animals will offer apparent consolation to individuals in distress, a behavior that is thought to be triggered by empathic processes and has been observed in primates, corvids, canines, elephants, horses, budgerigars, and prairie voles. Renowned primatologist Franz de Waal writes, "Mammals have what I call an altruistic impulse, in that they respond to signs of distress in others and feel an urge to improve their situation." One study showed that a chimp, if given the choice, would rather share food rewards with another chimp than keep it all for himself. Experiments like these show that animals make moral choices and that their behavior cannot be explained through natural selection alone. Previous studies have found evidence for altruistic behavior in a range of animal species. Marmosets and capuchin monkeys spontaneously share food with non-reciprocating and genetically unrelated individuals. Rodents choose rescuing their friends in distress over getting a treat, and were quicker to learn to open the door and rescue their cage mates from drowning if they had previously experienced a similar struggle in the pool. After rescuing others, they shared their treats with them. Rats will refuse to push a lever to get food if it causes electric shock to another rat and will choose to go hungry instead. Animals may risk their own lives to save others. When a car hit and injured a dog on a busy freeway, its canine compatriot dodged traffic, risking its life to drag the unconscious dog to safety. Acts of kindness cross the species. Dolphins have practiced random acts of kindness by rescuing swimmers from hammerhead sharks, and have even guided stranded whales back to sea. Female monkeys banded together to protect a female researcher from a male monkey. They were doing exactly what I'd seen them do before with each other, and here they were, extending their arms to me. After a dairy farmer separating a calf from its mother was pinned to the ground by the enraged cow, she was rescued by a horse in the same paddock. When a cow witnessed a girl being stabbed by her own family, she intervened and tried to save the girl. The ability to recognize distress in others and take action to help them exists across the species. In humans, witnessing the pain of others activates a brain region that is also active when we feel pain in our own body. This is considered to be one of the core empathy regions in the brain, and we share this brain region with other species who also use it to empathize with others. I think what's at the heart of following morality is the emotions. Evidence suggests that animals can act on those sorts of emotions. Because animals possess empathy, altruism, and a sense of fairness and injustice, they are motivated to act on these emotions. Animals can act for moral reasons. At least, there are no compelling reasons for supposing that they can't. Animals can act on the basis of moral emotions, emotions that possess moral content, and these emotions provide reasons for their actions. Animals can, in this sense, be moral subjects,